Have you ever had that pull request where you've accidentally committed something and then the maintainer's right, could you please undo this file from your pull request? And it's quite challenging and quite scary to do. Actually, with one command, you can fix it because you don't want to revert the entire commit. You just want to revert one file in that commit. Of course, it's better practice to make sure you commit only the files that you want, but sometimes it does happen. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can fix that. Let's say, for example, I'm in this project right now, link-free, I'm in the main branch. Let's create a new branch. I always recommend creating a new branch, whatever you do. And make sure, before you create your new branch, that your main branch is up to date. I know it is, so that's fine, but let me just, double check. We can do a git pull origin main. I have to enter a password because I use SSH keys, and it says I'm already up to date. And I'm going to create a branch, and I'm going to call it video test. Let me clear my terminal so therefore you can see things a lot clearer. So let's make some changes. So most people, what they do is npm install, which actually generates a new package lock file rather than using the package lock file. So if I do a git status now, you'll see my package lock file has changed, although I haven't actually made any changes purposely to this. So I would recommend using npm CLI, which will take the versions that you need from your package log file. But that's a discussion for a whole other time. Let's say you have done npm install and you commit this file. But let me make another change first. Let me just go to the README and make a temporary change here. So I'm gonna have a look down here and see what we can make a change to. So we have got a note here in italic. Let me just make it in bold, and then I want to save that file. So if I do a git status now, we have two files that have changed, the README and the package lock. And when you do a commit, I always recommend specifying the files. So here would be our message. We'll just say video test. Obviously, write something a lot better than that. But most people just put a DOS at the end, which commits everything that has changed, which is really not safe. You can do some extra checks before you do this, but it's actually better to specify the files, because if I did this, then I'd only commit the README file and the package log file wouldn't get committed and wouldn't get pushed. But let me make the mistake that I'm trying to show you today. Let me hit dot. As I do this commit, if I clear the terminal, if I do a git status, you can see it's now clean because I've committed it. So if I do a git what changed, you can see that the commit by me a few minutes ago was these two files. And you raise the pull request, and then the maintainers are going to say, well, actually, we don't want these changes. So if I do a git diff with the main branch, we can see, yes, I did change this, the README file from italic to bold. But then also you can see in this change that something in the package lock file has changed, and most maintainers won't want this because this hasn't been tested yet. So you could do a git revert, you could close the pull request. There are various options that you can do, but I recommend just reverting that specific file, in this case, the package lock file. The way you can do this, you can do git checkout, and you can specify a commit. So you could pick a previous commit to yours, or you can specify a branch. I suggest selecting the main branch, and then 2 dashes and the file that you want to revert, in this case, package lock. So if I hit enter, now if I do a git status, we'll see that the package lock file is modified again, but we modified with the complete opposite of what we modified just before we did the commit. So now if I do a commit again, and I can do a dot, I know it's only one file that's going to be committed, and I'll just say fixed package lock file. And if I commit that, clear the console. If I do a git status, you'll see that nothing else needs to be committed. But if I do a git diff with the main branch, what are you expecting here? I'm expecting that I only see my README changes. And that's the case. I only see my README changes. So the mistake that we made has now been fixed. You can push this up to your branch, and therefore the PR will automatically get updated, and your pull request will get accepted. I see so many pull requests not getting accepted just because they've got an extra file that shouldn't be committed as part of the pull request. But the rest of the pull request is really awesome. I hope that helped. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and while you're down there, subscribe to my YouTube channel to support my channel. It's completely free. I look forward to geeking out with you in the GitHub Discord, link in the description below.